Hello there, wrestling fans. I would just like to talk about this Kurt Angle interview that's just come out. It came out here on YouTube yesterday. It's Kurt Angle publicly speaking about his arrest for the first time in a 15-minute long interview with a woman whose name I don't remember, but it is easy to find here on YouTube. And if you ask me, I can share the video with you, because I know where it's at. This is me just begging people to. The thing is, I found this so interesting. First thing when this news all came out about Kurt Angle being arrested for stalking a woman, he was suspected for battery and abusive behavior against Tranesha Biggers, also known as Raka Khan, and he was also arrested for and suspected for driving without a license and having human growth hormones in his car and other stuff that he maybe didn't have prescription for. However, the thing is, and then everyone just went out there and said, well, fuck Kurt Angle, fuck you Kurt Angle, fuck TNA, this is bullshit, fuck Kurt Angle, he's a crazy lunatic, he's gonna die in 5 years, etc, etc. People were very emotional about this. I posted a video. Actually, what I think Kurt Angle is an infamous hothead. There is no news about that. Kurt Angle is an infamous hothead. He has had a history of just exaggerating things, being very emotional about his move to TNA, more or less lying in interviews, and well, everyone is lying, so enough about that. But what I find so interesting is everyone blamed Kurt Angle at first, because that was the most fresh news, and the more got out, the more angry people was with Kurt Angle. And then Kurt Angle comes out with his interview, of course tells everything his way, and sheds light on himself, and puts himself in a very positive situation, in a positive demeanor, and all of a sudden everyone is just flipping around, and it's fuck Tranesha Biggers, fuck Raka Khan, Kurt Angle is an angel, Kurt Angle is a hero, Kurt Angle is the greatest wrestler alive, and then people tell that Tranesha Biggers, she's trying to fuck up Kurt Angle, that she got Roxy fired from TNA. Well, first off, it wasn't Tranesha Biggers that got Roxy fired from TNA. Roxy got Roxy fired from TNA due to unprofessional behavior. She had a poor reputation, so that's not Tranesha Biggers' fault at all. People might be pissed off that Tranesha Biggers didn't get fired in that same incident, but that was perhaps due to her dating Kurt Angle and therefore being protected. Yeah, that's true, but that's not Tranesha Biggers' fault. That's TNA management doing a poor decision. So I mean, people are very either it's very black or it's just so pure white that you can't almost see because you get blinded. So people, please. I mean, I just read all these comments on this interviews. I made a lot of comments myself in this interview. I mean, come on, people. It's not going to be black and white. I mean, it's not. This is not wrestling. This is not the storyline. There is not a good guy and a bad guy. I'm not saying that Raka Khan is an angel because she's a woman. I could very well think that she's a crazy lunatic and that she's trying to milk Kurt Angle for every dollar he has and live on him as a parasite. Absolutely, but I also don't think that Kurt Angle is an angel, because he's not an angel. He's proven that a lot of times in the past, and I don't think any of us in the IWC can sit here and judge and tell and know who is the innocent person here, and who's guilty of charge, and who's to blame. We don't have a clue, and I could believe this is kind of 50-50 story. I can absolutely believe that Kurt Angle has hit her, either because he's an abusive man, because he's a hothead and he's very emotional, or maybe because, as he says in his interview, he had enough with Tranesha Biggers, so finally he maybe went too far. I don't know. But thing is, Kurt Angle here is, in this interview, this woman that interviews Kurt Angle, I think her name was Michelle something. She's so very supportive of Kurt Angle. She tells Kurt Angle what he means and helping him. Kurt Angle says something, and then she says, Yeah, you mean you feel like Raka Khan, she doesn't say that name, she has taken your life away from you, that's what you mean. And Kurt Angle's, yeah, that's how I mean, that's how I mean. And, oh, you feel like this, and oh, you mean like this. And of course that's a good way for her to get more, Kurt Angle to speak more and feel more comfortable, and that's also a way to get the interview in the first place, being very supportive of Kurt Angle and not having him leave and not having him feeling discomfort and saying no to the interview, of course. So that's a smart business decision. I don't think that she really cares that much personally about Kurt Angle. But people, please don't buy into everything you see. Yeah, Kurt Angle sat there crying. Of course he's emotional. He's been in jail, for fuck's sake. He's been in jail, he's been arrested. Who wouldn't be emotional? But just because someone sits there in an interview and they cry doesn't mean that they are 100% innocent and haven't done a thing. What's the deal with that? Why are people so naive and blue-eyed about such a thing? And I stress the point again, I'm not saying that Kurt Angle is innocent, is guilty of charge and should be in jail. That's not what I say. I say it could be either way in this case. I don't believe Kurt Angle is 100% innocent. I mean, come on, there wasn't just an abusive behavior, there was a stalking issue, there was human growth hormones, there was the rumors of driving without a license. His license was suspended, he claims it was not. That doesn't mean the license wasn't suspended. It could very well be. Just because Kurt Angle says his license was not suspended doesn't mean he is telling the truth. I don't know. He could do. I don't know. Do any one of you know? Have any one of you out there seen Kurt Angle's license at all? No, you have not. So please, people, see things for what they are. Try to be a little objective. I know it's hard because you're wrestling fans. You love Kurt Angle, and you want to take sides with him. That's all I had to say. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.